Please welcome this week's special guest, Tony. Welcome, Tony. Rhod, what is Tony to you?
This is Tony, and for 5 years he was my badminton doubles partner.
Sally, what is your relationship with Tony?
This is my uncle Tony, and last year I asked to have a go on his mobility scooter and I drove it into a pond and wrote it off.
Right. Finally, David, how do you know Tony?
This is Tony, and when I was little, he used to help me get to sleep by telling me bedtime stories about the war.
Isn't that lovely? There we are. So, Rhod's badminton buddy, Sally's scooterless uncle, or David's bedtime storyteller. Lee, before you start asking, I'm going to bring a chair on for you, and you can have a lovely sit down there. There we are. You relax there. Lee.
Sally, does he use the mobility scooter a lot?
Quite a lot. He's had 2 hip replacements.
So he can get by without the fact that he walked on fine tonight.
Yeah,
He can get by.
I don't think they're just for old people. You know, I've got a bath with a door. I think it's nice.
That was more a DIY mishap, though, wasn't it?
No, I think it's nice. Just open the door, step in, wait for 19 or 20 minutes while it slowly fills up in the freezing cold. I think it's lovely.
Why did you take the mobility scooter in the first place?
Because I was going to play a psychopath in a film, or a psychopath on a mobility scooter. And I said, can I have a go? Because I can't drive a car.
Sally, how far did you drive before you went into the pond? What was the distance?
I didn't know I had it in reverse.
So you were very close to the pond.
So I wasn't far from the pond, but it was facing that way.
Right.
And I took it out of park the wrong way and went backwards.
And was
into
your
the
uncle
pond.
with you at the time?
Yes.
How much instruction did Tony give you before you got on the mobility scooter?
Well, that he thought, as he said afterwards over tea, many, many times, that it was quite self-evident how one drove this thing. He said all it had was it's got a little, gear tiller, and he thought that even a nincompoop...
Backwards or forwards, that's about
Did you
it.
say gear tiller?
Yes, well...
That's a nautical expression.
Yes.
But you obviously felt, on some subconscious level, more comfortable at sea.
Did you buy your Uncle Tony another mobility
I did.
scooter?
How much was that mobility scooter?
Yes, how much was that mobility scooter?
It was £1,500.
For a brand new mobility scooter?
A brand new one?
Yes, because it...
Hang on, is that right, Des? Let's move on to Rhod.
How long ago were they that you were playing badminton as doubles?
That we were doubles partners?
Yes. How many years
10,
ago?
15 years?
You were... and when did this end? When did this end?
We had to stop because I was getting on a bit.
And how did your partnership begin?
Well, we played for the same club.
What was the club called?
It was in West London.
West London, go on.
Yeah,
You can't remember the name of the club?
It was called Old Actonians.
Old Actonians Badminton Club.
Well, yes.
Did you wear the full gear, shorts, and, looking...
No, I wore a miner's helmet and he wore a frogman's outfit. Of course we did, Des.
Did you ever win anything yourself and Tony?
We won a lot, yeah.
And why did you come about playing together then? Why didn't you go for someone, no disrespect to Tony, why didn't you go for someone a bit
Because
more...
we complimented each other's game.
When you say you complimented each other's game, you went, you're good, so are you. Come on.
Out of you 2 badminton players, Rhod, who would you say was the better?
Tony was a much, much better player than me. Tony played for England.
This started out, we were just knocking around in a West London club. Now, he is the Rafael Nadal of badminton.
Why, if he played for England,
Yeah.
and he was so good,
Yeah.
why is he choosing you to partner him?
I think it would be fair, and Tony wouldn't mind me saying that when I played with him, he'd have been probably I think he was in his early 70s.
Whoa, when you were playing with him?
When I was playing with him, yeah.
OK. The prime age for badminton. particularly international level. OK, David, what's your connection with Tony? What's your
He lived next door when I was little.
And he read your bedtime stories?
He would occasionally babysit for me and my brother, and...
It's feasible.
Made up, or was it... This was just his stories from the war?
Not out of a book, but ostensibly true.
Did he ever just shout
think-
them through
yes,
the
I
wall?
think-
Surrounded by Germans, and so, basically, I'm trying to get to sleep. I don't care!
How old were you?
I think I would have been...
23.
I think it's around the time I was sort of 5, 6, 7, that sort
It
of...
could happen. I had another neighbour who would sing me nursery rhymes and bounce me on the knee. And
Am I the only one who had parents? What's going on here?
I think perhaps what it was, Lee, with you, is that your parents found it very hard to find any other adult who was willing to take sole responsibility for you. Now, let me ask you this. Would Tony ever come round, not for babysitting, but just to tell you some of these stories? Or would it only happen when he was babysitting?
I think it started when he was babysitting, but he'd come round quite a bit anyway with my parents.
David, you just did an upwards inflection. I've never heard you do that before. That's so not like you. Right? Sometimes he would come round anyway. What's happened to you?
I'm on national television. I'm getting a bit defensive about talking about my abuse-ridden childhood. That's all.
Of all the war stories that he told you that helped you go to sleep, what would you say was your favourite?
Well, I think the thing that I found most interesting was the story Tony told about his mother, who during the war worked in the library in Oxford.
This is the interesting one.
What she had to do was they had to compile and analyse and place photographs of the Japanese coastline.
I'll tell you what, it's getting better. Carry on.
In preparation for an invasion of Japan.
And you said, thank you, as a 5-year-old. I mean, that's very interesting.
No, because by the end of the story, I was asleep.
It's time for an answer, Lee. So, is Tony...
So I'm still trying to get the idea in my head of just passing David's door and hearing a man in cycling. I mean, obviously, with the coastal line of Tokyo, it's very hard to determine whether we should have a land invasion or by... oh, you're asleep. Oh, OK.
My job is
Nighty-night. Sleep tight. Don't let the Japanese invade.
I think, Rod, we can discount. There were too many flaws.
I agree with you. I think it's one of the other two. And I got a horrible feeling that it's David in the middle there.
I know which one David is.
All right, what about the mobility scooter with Sally?
Have you ever taken your driving test?
No, I've never even taken it.
Never learned to drive.
You can't emphasise the word even if it's the same thing. Have you ever taken your driving test? I've not even taken it.
So Lee's team, is Tony Rhod's badminton buddy, Sally's scooterless uncle, or David's bedtime storyteller? What are you going to say?
It's not Rod.
It is. Tess, what are you going for?
Sally.
Sally.
I think David.
And in a weird way, I've now gone back to Rhod.
Thank you.
You can see it in his little Welsh eyes. But you're wrong. In his little devious Welsh eyes. And trust me, if there's one thing I know about working on this show, it's a little devious Welsh eyes. Rhod or Sally?
Or Sally?
It's Sally.
Sally?
Yeah, it's Sally.
It's Sally.
Sally, right. Tony, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Tony, and Rhod was my badminton partner for 5 years.
Yes, Tony was Rhod's badminton doubles partner. Tony, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.